Hello guys, Hamza here, and today we're gonna talk about personal branding. Coming up. Hello guys, Hamza here with Brand New Dreams, and on this channel we talk everything branding for small businesses. Today we're gonna talk about a fun topic. We're gonna talk about personal branding, things that you should do with your personal brand and things you should avoid with your personal brand. And I think last episode we talked about what is branding. And the definition that we came up with is that branding is the world you create with your products and service. It's when it comes to products, of course, you want to code every little detail about that product. You want to box it up. You want to create the source code for it. You want to create the strategy. You want to create the brand strategy. You want to create the communication strategy. You want to know the messaging, how it's going to get packaged, who's going to consume it, the demos, all these details. But that's for products. Of course, you want to think about those things when you're creating your product. But with personal branding, it's a little bit tricky. There's a lot more that goes into your personal brand. It's not just there's no easy definition to personal branding. I can't give you like an easy definition to personal branding. What I can tell you is that there are certain things that you should avoid, and there are certain things you should think about when you're thinking of your personal brand. So the things to avoid. So the one thing you don't want to do with your personal brand is that you don't want to box yourself up. You don't want to put yourself in a box. You don't want to limit yourself. You don't want to create certain things that are going to limit you. And you shouldn't think of your personal brand as a product. You don't want to commodify your image. You don't want to limit yourself. The person that you are right now, it's not the person that you were 5 years ago, and it's not the person that you're going to be in the next 5 years. You're going to be reading different books, you're going to be going to different places, you're going to be meeting different people, and you're going to change, and you're going to create that room for yourself to change. So if you're thinking of your personal brand, if you're thinking of using your personal brand to help your small business, don't limit yourself. Don't box yourself up. That's like the one thing that I would tell you not to do. The thing you can do with your personal brand is that you should think of yourself as somebody that can solve a certain set of problems, that your personal brand is able to solve a specific type of problem. That's okay to do. And I'm just trying to think of examples where that happened in the past. For example, Oprah. I don't watch Oprah, but I know that Oprah has like the Oprah Book Club or something like that. So the Oprah Book Club, I think it was a segment on her show, and she does like a book recommendations. So let's say if your problem was just trying to find a new book to read, Oprah will be your go-to person. So that's how her personal brand is able to solve a problem. My favorite example of like personal brands, I think, is the Joe Rogan from the Joe Rogan Experience, the podcast. His podcast is super popular. He has so many fans. He's a comedian. He used to be on a sitcom, and now he has this podcast. And he's also, in his bio, he describes himself as like a psychedelic adventurer. He is a comic. He is a martial arts enthusiast. I think he's also into like pool. He's into archery. Now he's into podcasting. He's a commentator in the UFC. So and that's just part of his personal brand, that he's always like eager to learn new things, and he's always like want to learn new things. I think he took on like hunting in the last 5 years. So you know, he's a human. He's authentic. He is real. He's someone who wants to change. He knows that about himself, and he's actually different things to different people. Some people like see him as like this right-wing guy, even though like he's like the most liberal guy you'll ever meet. So he's different things to different people because people perceive him differently, and that's how you really want to be. However, he's still able to solve a certain set of problems. Like I said, because he's a psychedelic adventurer. People follow his podcast too, who are interested in that stuff because he's into nutrition. People go to him for like nutrition advice or nutrition information. Because in martial arts, people go to him to learn about martial arts and hear his commentary on martial arts. He talks about his archery, he talks about his pool, he talks about his comedy, and he's different things, and he's not in this one little box. And that's what he is right now, and we don't know what Joe Rogan is going to be in the next 5 years. So that's just an example of somebody who has a personal brand that is able to solve certain problems, but it's just not boxed in this one thing. The last thing you want to do is box yourself up. So and we've seen in the past some examples where you're a really just like a clear personal brand, or like not even a clear, like a limited personal brand didn't work in the past. And I think of this example, this Instagram celebrity. I don't want to mention her name because I think she's been through enough, but she was marketed herself as this vegan person, and a video surfaced not long time ago of her like eating like a fish taco, and it like literally ruined her image, and it ruined her personal brand. And you know, I'm sure like people are past that now and people were able to forgive her, but it was a shock to people, and it's because she put herself in that like really tiny box. And you know, she marketed herself as a vegan, and I think she was going through some health issues and she had to eat fish, and some video surfaced of her eating fish and people freaked out. So you don't want to be in that situation when you put yourself in a really tiny box where you can't grow. You want to put yourself in a space where you're able to solve a set of problems for people and help your business and make your money, but at the same time you don't want to box yourself up in a small tiny box where you can't grow. That's the last thing you want. So yeah, that's my take on personal branding. This is my opinion on personal branding. This is just how I feel about it. I'm sure other people think differently. I'm sure there's different opinions out there, but this is just how I personally feel about personal branding. And if you can relate or agree with this opinion, that's great. If not, just let me know why, or let me know how, or let me know what you think of personal branding and the comments section. And yeah, that's our little video for today. And yeah, I appreciate your time. Thank you. Peace.